Hello and welcome to Quays TV News. Coming up on today's show, a report on the university strikes, an update on the HS2, and we look into the past with a report on the Manchester Science Festival. Good afternoon, I'm Jess Foley. Today we'll see teachers and union members alike striking as part of a national walkout. Visitor here is there with more.
Unison and Unite are taking their coordinated strike action in a row over pay. So classes across universities in England will be disrupted and cancelled. Now staff who are angered by a poor offer of a 1% pay raise will walk out. But a spokesman from the University of Salford has said, we are committed to maintaining the quality of our student experience and will work hard to minimise any disruption to lectures and other university services. Now at the moment it seems as though lectures are...
Apologies for the technical difficulties there. Quays News understands Salford City Council's Chief Executive Barbara Spicer will be leaving the council today. Spicer's departure was announced earlier this month. In an email to all staff, Salford's mayor said there needed to be a change in the council's leadership structure due to government cuts to its budget. The £32 billion HS2 rail link has sparked much debate, including the argument that it will help bridge the gap between the north-south divide. In phase 2 of the controversial development, travel between Manchester and London will be reduced to a journey time of 1 hour. But will this reduce the differences between the north and the south? To talk about this issue more, Dan McLaughlin joins me. Thank you for joining me today, Dan. So, why is the HS2 being built?
Well, the current rail system is under increasing pressure. And I was talking to Sir Richard Leese, and he said that over 14% of morning peak passengers in Manchester have to stand up. They have to stand up, they can't sit down. So that's really difficult for them. And this is going to offload 300,000 passengers a day from our current rail system.
So why is the development so controversial?
Well, a lot of people are thinking it's a lot of money for this project. It's £32 billion. A lot of activity on social media said, well, this money could go towards something like broadband. Why should we have to travel down there where technology is evolving? We can use this for broadband to attend meetings electronically. And also, it's more of a political battle than economical. If Labour protest, the Tories can say to them, well, it's, you know, you're going to disrupt your northerners, and if Tories carry on, it's a waste of money.
Well, thank you, Dan, and hopefully it'll be a positive difference for Manchester. A new campaign called It's OK has been launched to try and help child sex abuse victims. Emily Bergen reports. Apologies for the technical difficulties there. Now, the University of Salford launched the Manchester Science Festival at their Media City UK campus. Dan McLaughlin reports.
Term as the start of the Manchester Science Festival begins, taking place in Manchester, Bolton and Salford. The University of Salford kicked off the festival at their Media City UK campus, hosting events such as the television showcase, the history of the mobile phone in 15 minutes, and from semaphore to smartphone.
It's a really good introduction for families to science and engineering, so the festival really does bring all of that into the public awareness.
The University of Salford joins other hosts, including the Museum of Science and Industry, Manchester Museum, and the BBC, who showcased their BBC colour van from the 1970s at the launch. Manchester is not only famously a city of football and music, but of science too. In its 7th year, the festival arrives after the announcement that Manchester has been named the European City of Science for 2016.
It's a great event actually. I've got a real passion about the technology. I've been fortunate enough to work in this industry for 30 years. I want to really share that passion with the general public and also with students who want to learn and develop a career in this industry.
The Manchester Science Festival concludes this weekend across the region. Dan McLaughlin, Quays TV News.
And now for the entertainment, it's over to Sophie Whitfield.
Thanks, Jess. Welcome to entertainment and a big happy Halloween. To start off, we want to see how you were all celebrating tonight and what scary things you're up to. So over to Kate Emery with all of your tweets.
Thanks Sophie, and a big happy Halloween from me as well. To start off, we have some not so scary news from McFly's Tom Fletcher and his wife, who have announced some special news in a rather unique way. The pair posted a video on Tom's YouTube channel of them carving pumpkins together, and at the end the pumpkins read, "We are having a baby." So big congrats to them. A little more shocking was a rather revealing image posted of Miley Cyrus on her Twitter feed. It's of her dressed as Little Kim at the VMAs, and it is that revealing that Twitter have deemed it sensitive material, so rather in theme with Halloween. And as for what you and Salford are saying, Kevin Goldsberry has tweeted saying, "Good morning, happy Halloween. On a ghost hunt later at Walsall Hall in Salford with Fireball McFlane. We shall be live."
Thank you, Kate. And now joining me in the studio is our film critic Will to tell us what's on at the cinema this week. So, have we got any horrible Halloween films, Will?
Unfortunately, no. We don't really have any horror movies this month in the UK, although the Lowry Cinema at the Salford Quays is doing a director's cut screening of The Exorcist, and the Manchester Printworks is doing a screening of Danny Boyle's theatrical production of Frankenstein, so that's something for those who may want something a bit different in the Halloween season. But the film I'm going to be talking about today is the latest instalment in Marvel's cinematic universe, and that is Thor: The Dark World, where it picks up exactly where the Avengers left off last year, with Thor, the god of thunder of Norse mythology, having to side with his brother Loki in order to fight an evil threat. And it's pretty much the best sort of blockbuster entertainment that you could ask for.
Sounds quite deep then, Will.
No, but the plot is very simple, but the characters are surprisingly complex for this sort of movie, where it's all about whether or not Loki...
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for joining me, Will. Thank you.
Thank you.
So last night in the northern quarter of Manchester, art lovers were bidding for the work of some of Manchester's most acclaimed artists. The Writing on the Wall event was celebrating street art by auctioning off pieces to raise money for the homeless charity Mustard Tree. Craig Carroll has more.
The auction is helping to fund projects such as helping the homeless for extra money for food, clothing and to improve their skills.
This is the second time I've actually ever done it. I did it about a week ago just at an exhibition for extra youth offenders, some live drawing, but nothing like on this level before, no. It's a really great environment to work in. I mean, and it's really cool that these people are putting this up like for the art in Manchester, because it's very rare we get to do something like this, so I think it's pretty cool, yeah.
So far, there's been 30 bids at the art auction, and a lot more are expected.
Salford and Manchester is something which has been around, but it seems to be in the past few years, you know, since some graffiti artists in the country have gone bigger, it's much more socially acceptable. So with that, I think people like writers and street artists decide to do like nicer work because it can be sort of socially accepted. Where before, like tagging and letters seemed to be people's impression, and I think that's shifted. So I think it brings some colour if they're done in good taste, but some people will always not like it, and you know that's sort of the point, to respect. You know, if
Apologies there for the technical difficulties. If you do want to see the full package, it's available on quaysnews.net. So some of you may have noticed it's been a bit quiet around here lately with our former anchor Tiffany Sweeney. But it's been a very exciting few weeks for her as she got to the final 5 of Kiss FM's Chosen One competition. Here she is in action. Apologies again there. If you do want to see Tiffany, please do get to our website. So tell us more then, Tiffany, about your experience.
Well, first of all, the video that I had to do is I made a fashion video, so I took to the streets of Manchester and spoke to loads of different people about their outfits of choice, because that's something that I'm very passionate about. But the whole experience was so overwhelming, it happened so quickly. Basically, I sent off a minute audition, a video audition that I did here at uni, and then they responded via email, said that they were going to fast track me and for me to come down, and then ever since then it's been top 25, top 10, and I've just been so overwhelmed with all the support.
I've seen it all on your Twitter, it's been phenomenal really. And even the guys from Kiss FM have contacted you, haven't they?
Yeah, I've made some great contacts for the future, and it's just been a great experience going down to Kiss FM, their headquarters, meeting all the people and the other contestants. I made some really, really good friends, and I learned a lot of skills that I needed, interview techniques, how to produce a show. It's just been great working in a live radio environment.
That's fantastic. So how did you find out?
Well, they called me, the first call, they were on the radio and I was in a lecture, so I couldn't really get excited. And then the next time they called me, I was at the BBC, so it was so hard because I had to contain all my excitement. But I'm really, really proud just to get that recognition and to even make top 5. It's just an amazing achievement, and I'm really proud of myself.
It is fantastic and definitely something to be proud of. So have you got any plans for the future? Are you gonna?
Well, hopefully, I'm hoping they'll keep me on board, and contact me. But when I graduate, I'll just be emailing them saying, "Hey, I'm here, I'm finished now," and hopefully I can still make some video content while I'm still at uni. Just keep in contact and say, "Here, I can do this," and that sort of thing.
That is fantastic. Thank you so much, Kate.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's all for entertainment. For more showbiz news and gossip, you can always visit our website, quaysnews.net. Back to you, Jess.
Thank you, Sophie. Well, the Premier League have warned fans who take flares or smoke bombs into stadiums are risking being banned or even face punishment as severe as prison. Manchester United, Manchester City, Everton and Liverpool are among the Premier League teams involved in 4 or more incidents with flares in 2013 to 14. The World Squash Championships have been underway in Manchester this week. Simon Robotham went to the National Squash Centre to speak to some of the competitors.
The world's most prestigious squash competition has this week come to Manchester. The World Squash Championships will be held here at the National Squash Centre, where the world's elite will be competing for the Sports Grand Prize.
I mean, it's for a squash player, the World Championships is probably the most important tournament in the year. So really happy to be here. Manchester is and England and Manchester is a really good place to play squash because there's a lot of people like squash here in England, and the Manchester facilities are unbelievable. The organisation is always really good. Many volunteers here, and we are really happy to play in Manchester.
And local lad Matthew Sidaway give his views.
Well, it's huge. I mean, for better squash and obviously for Manchester, the World Championships is as big as it gets, and for promoting obviously the city and all the advertising that's come into it. AJ Bell, which has sponsored the event, it's just sent advertising crazy around Manchester, I think, and also for squash as well in general. It's just really got it out there.
Simon Robotham, Quays News.
In sport news, Sir Alex Ferguson has been discussing his career at the Lowry. It was part of a tour that the Scot is doing to promote his autobiography. The book details his relationship with David Beckham and Cristiano Ronaldo since United's treble success in '99.
I think he's really candid, really honest. Nice to see him looking so well and healthy. Given so many great years for us United fans, so it's lovely to see him chat so happily about his love of the game and what he's done for us.
It was brilliant. He was very honest, quite frank, told a few good stories. Told us all been invited to Diego Forlan's wedding in 2 weeks. He can't go.
And for all the latest sport in our area, follow us on Twitter at quaysnews.net. And now for the weather, it's Helen Rowe Wilcox.
We've got more wet weather to come, I'm afraid, with temperatures cooling towards the weekend. This afternoon we've got more of the same, with heavy showers and scattered sunshine expected. The southerly wind will make it feel a lot cooler than it looks. Rain along the coast, with some scattered showers inland, and hopefully some sunshine. By the afternoon this should have all dried up, and temperatures will feel a lot warmer, especially with the change of wind direction. For the rest of the week, we've got a bad outlook, I'm afraid. It's going to rain, probably constantly, hopefully some scattered showers, and temperatures will remain around similar, around 9 or 10. For your daily weather updates, make sure you check quaysnews.net. Thank you.
And that's all for us today. Thank you and goodbye.